Hi everybody, welcome to my Penny Go Boom. This is a ticker analysis on IDNG, Independence Energy Corp. I'm going to try and stay calm during this video because what happened here to many today was just it's just really a lot of times people don't catch stocks like this. Maybe sure it happens during the marijuana craze, but stocks like this rise do not happen every day. So let's take some time with this one. Again, I'm trying to remain calm because I'm not gonna lie, I made a ridiculous amount of money on this thing today. It took me forever just to calm down. That's why this video is coming out so late. So okay. So let's take a look here. This is the one-day chart. Each one of these represents 1 day of price action, and as you can see, well, let's just go across here. Bam. This is today. 110 million in volume. Friday, the stock traded 723,000 shares. Today, 110 million. They came out with news that they're going into the whole Ebola thing, which is the big hype right now. But as far as a technical standpoint goes on a day chart, there is nothing to look at on this chart because there's really nothing to go against. It's just a really giant candle here. If we're gonna get really tit for tat, the shape of this candle is good. Well, you're like, well, great, that's obvious. Well, the reason I say that is because the stock didn't just go straight up here, to nearly 2 cents, and then a lot of times when stocks rise like this, they fall, and you get what's called a wild candle, where you see like this line right here come all the way down here, where the price gets pushed all the way down. The contrary happened here. This stock came all the way up to 2 cents, and then leveled off at 0.014, I believe, is what a lot of people are showing as the last trade. That's a pretty spectacular move. We were up over, I believe, don't quote me, like 1,100% at one point today, and we closed out at 743%. Congratulations. Excuse my language. So going forward, since we're looking at this, you're like, well, what kind of chart can we pull from this? Well, let's look at the intraday trades. Okay, so I went ahead here and drew some lines ahead of time just to save some time. And let me go ahead here. I could draw some more supports down here, but let's not get too wild. Let's not get too crazy. Okay, so the stock closed right here. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a green line just for fun. Green means support. We closed right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a support line. I'm sorry. We actually at 0134. We actually closed right here 014. So you can see here during the day, each one of these represents 15 minutes of action, starting from back here. Again, I zoomed in on the chart. So let's just worry about this area right here. As you can see here, as I talk about on a lot of my videos, this price here is riding this upper Bollinger Band, pretty much like a champion. And then it came right up to this 2 cent line once in 15 minutes, twice, thrice, 4 times. Couldn't break above this 2 cent. And it started. We started getting the confirmed, intraday downtrend right here. And then towards the end of the day, it bounced off this support here at 0109 and then continued to go back up. So going into tomorrow, we want to make sure that we can maintain 0135, 0133, plus or minus a couple ticks, guys, as a support here. And the next support resistance we need to break through after that is at 0154. Then after that at 0198, essentially 2 cents. And after that, sky's the limit. So let's just make it blue because it's literally. Let's make it a nice big blue one, because realistically, after this we have nothing to go off of. This just goes into completely uncharted territory. Again, the volume was huge on this. RSI, go on the 15-minute chart. I do like this. The RSI did kind of reset itself towards the end of the day. A lot of people like to say, oh, sometimes the RSI is way too high. Well, you can't complain with this. It's right here in the middle. It's reset to go wherever it wants. A big thing that's what the heck? Whoa. Okay, sorry. A big thing here is that we need to look at is a lot of times when these technicals are kind of thrown out the window when you're looking at a chart right here on the like I zoomed down and I don't even see the bottom of the chart. I got to zoom out that much. When you see a big chart, big candle like this, again, technicals don't really come into play a ton because there's nothing to base it off of over here. But a lot of times it's about psychology, the psychology of how people feel about the stocks. A lot of times, as long as there's a belief in a stock that it's going to go, that as long as it's a widespread accepted belief, a lot of times the stock will continue to go. And in this case, if you read around the internet on boards, iHub, YouTube, Twitter, whatever, there is a belief that, this Ebola thing is not going away anytime soon. And with that said, we could be looking at a multiple day, multiple week runner. Now, is that to say that profits won't be taken and this could be over tomorrow? Sure, it sure can. But at this point, you're going to be jumping into the hype, to the Ebola craze, and people are just trying to make money. I mean, when you see a stock up 743%, you're just like, wow. And another thing that people are looking at this stock, if we're just talking about psychology, is this stock closed at 0.0135, right? Now, another big stock that ran big today that I was also in on was SIMH. Now, if you look at this stock, this is the one-day chart, guys. On Thursday, the stock was literally at, a cent or two, whatever it was. I mean, and it hit a high today of literally 60 cents. I also like to point out that that's right at this resistance line, pretty much where it came up and it came back down. Now, this literally 60 cents to 2 cents, and this is like, though there was, some contracts or whatever the hell happened with CNN and all that coverage, there was a belief that the stock was going to go, and again, it just did. People don't want to miss out on those, on those gains. So I mean, this is just literally incredible. So what this has to do with IDNG is because, if people see this, this Ebola stock, rise this much from 2 cents all the way to 60, what's to say that the other one can't? Sure, we can talk about floats and we can talk about outstanding shares, yada yada yada, but like I said, when it comes to something like this, the technicals are, in my opinion, are really just kind of thrown out the window unless you're talking about intraday stuff, when you go tick for tat. But a lot of people are looking at SIMH and saying to themselves, well, if this can go up to 60, well then I better go ahead and get in this one over here, and which is not working anymore. Well, whatever. Why isn't this working? Alright, sorry. Why can't this one go here from 0135 all the way up? And, the answer to that question is, I don't know. Maybe it could. It's going to be about belief in volume, belief in volume. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of coverage in the news today, tonight, with what's going on, and people are just going to want to ride this. So going into tomorrow, I do expect I mean, there's no for sure on this, but I do expect a move on this tomorrow, and it's, that is me going out on a limb, and I could be wrong, but even if not, I did cash out a lot today, so I'll be okay anyways. But this could continue to go. And I also believe that today being a bank day, Columbus Day, a lot of new money was not able to come into the market today because of transfers. The only kind of money people were able to use was from sale of other stock or money that was cleared in their other accounts. So tomorrow people will be able to transfer money and buy immediately, which is why I expect tomorrow to be possibly better than today. But again, I could be wrong. So, with that said, take some of that psychology into mind and, take a look at, some of these support levels if you are in this, depending on where you bought. Make sure, guys, don't forget, it's okay to take profits on the way. But when the trend is your friend and it's telling you to make money, don't fight it. When the stock's going down and it's telling you to lose money, don't fight that either, But right now we're uptrending, and there's nothing anyone should be complaining about at this very moment. Again, depending on where you got. So congratulations today, everyone. IDNG. This is my penny go boom. I'm sorry this was a lengthy video. I just feel like I had a lot to say. But I truly hope everyone profits nicely on this one. Today, tomorrow, and the upcoming days. And God bless the people who are possibly getting sick with this virus. Though we are making some money off of a very bad situation, the least we can do is put our prayers out to the people who are actually going through something like this right now. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, guys. Congratulations.